Firetek, firing made easy. Well, alright everyone, Joyful Pyro here once again. I know it's been a while since I've made a video, but I've been off working on some shows as well as learning to fly a paramotor. So I'll try to make this a short video, but we'll see. You're probably wondering what is all of this madness, but this is how I prepare for a show. So the first thing I do is lay out all of my hardware, cables, rails, modules, make sure everything is charged. Of course, I also make sure I have all of my other tools loaded in the truck also. So the first thing that I typically would do is after the hardware is I would go through and make sure each module has the same software. And I've already done this on all of the modules. Everything that I'll be showing on this video I've already done. I just want to go over it and show you all. So I'll turn on this module and you'll see the firmware 6.0b and it's English, and let it finish going through its test cycle. It's already programmed, so I'll turn that off. Alright, so I'll check to make sure that all of them have the same software. Then I will, once they the software, I make sure that all of them have the same software. I'll go ahead and give them ID numbers, and then I would go in and create my network, and then I would load my script. And for this show that I have in the morning, actually that I have tomorrow, I'll be setting up in the morning. I have 9 modules. Could have done it in 6, but we had a few issues with scripting in Finale, so it's 9 modules. But we figured out what it was, but by that time the show was packed and shipped, so we're going with 9 modules instead of the 6. So without further ado, let's get started. Also with the software, I also make sure that the software matches on the controller. So let's turn on the controller, and you can see it's 6.0b just as we had in the module. Alright, let's go ahead and go into create network. And from here we'll go ahead and start adding our modules. As you can see, we have 0 slaves at the moment, and actually it should be 9 in the network, and there's a remaining of 9 that we need to add, and we have 9 that is programmed. So let's go ahead and turn on those modules, and I'll take the controller with me so that way we can see exactly what it looks like here. Alright, so I apologize for the wobbliness. Alright, so you see here 0 slaves going to the module. Turn it on, let it go through its self-test. Alright, and you can see we have PRG at the top showing that it's programmed. We have the blinking V's, which means that those particular cues, that rail in those particular cues are programmed, but we do not have the igniters connected. We go back to the module, we have 1 slave, 9 in the network, that should be in the network, and a remaining of 8 to be added. Alright, so let's go to the next one, which is right here. Like I said, please excuse my madness. I typically would try to do this outside where I have more room. And this one will go through its self-test. And that's ID 02, and it's programmed. And now it's showing we have all 48 cues that are programmed, but there are not any E-matches connected. And you look at the rails, they're kind of blinking. Well, you can't, maybe you can't see that. We will, let's see if maybe if I turn this light off here. Maybe not. When I turn the light off, here in the living room in my house here, and we to look at the lights and the cues, then we'll be able to see those. I think you might be able to see them a little bit. The red ones on the black rails you can see pretty good. Alright, so now we have 2 slaves. So I'll go through here and just cut them all on real quick. I'll just pause this video and cut all 9 or the remaining 7 modules on and go from there. Alright everyone, we have turned on all 9 of my modules and we have 9 slaves now. And there are 9 in the network and 9 programmed. And as soon as I press the green button here, or the forward, you'll see these red lights come on because it's going to show me that that I have faults, and because I don't have any igniters connected, and I have 9 faults. Alright, and just so that will stop, I'll go ahead and go back into create network. And typically from here what I'll do is go ahead and test my script. So on this particular show, the script is around 6 minutes and 48 seconds. And so let's do that. Let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the light off here, and we'll start testing that script. Alright guys, you can see on all of my rails, you can see they're just kind of pulsing a little bit, and what that's doing if I had my laptop hooked up, it's basically giving you a status back through the giving you a status on the whole system. And what I can do here, I can go through each one and look at the signal strength, the battery level, how many milliseconds it's taking to ping, and basically the status for each module. That's module 1, 2, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I'll arm the system. Excuse me, let me do this first. Go ahead and arm the system. And that beeping is because I have faults. I hold down the forward or green button down till it says armed, and you can see it's arming each module and they're ready to fire. And as you look at the module, you'll see that it says armed. Each one of my modules says armed. Alright, so now that I've armed the system, all I do here is just press the green button or forward once more, and that will actually start the program or the script. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, and now my script is playing. Alright, and we'll look here. I'll go for it at a wide angle so you can kind of see where the lights are flashing, because on these rails I have the internal LED lights. And this is how I test my script. I'll spot check the script to make sure that a certain LED is lighting up when it's supposed to. And this script is, like I said, it's around 6 minutes 45 seconds. And I just sit here and I watch it. I always take with me an extra module, at least one, some extra rails and extra cables. So while that goes through that, and that's pretty much how I get started on my system. I'll getting prepared for a show. And that's how I check my system, my overall system, because don't want any problems on a paid show, and this is a paid show, so I don't want to have any issues. I want to make sure everything is working fine. I have the right software on all my modules and the controller, and that my rails are working properly. I have the right amount of cables and equipment. So I'm going to just pause this part of the video till we get near the end, and then I will start it back. Alright, so my show is getting ready, just about to end. We are 6 minutes and 35 seconds, 37, 38 into program, and as you can see now it has just ended. The clock will still continue, but the show has actually ended. So from here I just go ahead and stop the show. Now the show is stopped. From there, go and turn off the controller and the modules. One thing I'd like to show you guys that I thought was pretty cool are these rail backings. Let's see if we can get a good focus on that. Okay, the rail backings from XFX. It has their name on it. You can order it from them. So you can mount this to a box or wherever you need to mount it. But it's, I think it's kind of neat. It also has the Velcro, so you can Velcro your rails to it. So if you have a bad rail, you just take that, pop that rail off, and put it right here. Put your new one on the on this backing right here. I typically use the rubber boots. This one's kind of dirty. It's been used. I tend to like to use these, but I also like those rails by XFX. That's it, everyone. If you have any questions, hey, send me a quick message through YouTube. I'll be more than happy to answer them, or get in contact with XFX Pyro. Those guys will be more than happy to answer any questions, or Lauren with Firetek. And thank you for viewing.